Here we have the story, The Ugly Duckling. It's about a little baby duck who feels all alone and unloved until he finds his true family. Let's see who it is. In the heart of the beautiful countryside lived a mother duck. Her nest was the loveliest spot under a big shady tree. She loved to stretch her legs and go for a swim in the warm summer sun. But instead, she sat patiently waiting for her 5 eggs to hatch. After many long and quiet days, Mother Duck heard a peeking sound. Peek, 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 peek. Could it be time? Quack, quack! She cried and hopped off her nest to peek at the eggs. One wiggled, one wobbled. The pecking sounds got louder and louder. Crack, 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 crack. Out popped 1, 2, 3, 4 fuzzy ducklings. The downy youngsters scrambled out of their big shells as quickly as their webbed feet could waddle. Look how big and bright the world is, they peeped, as they explored all around their nest. The world is far bigger than this, my children. Mother Duck smiled. Follow me, and we'll go for a refreshing swim in the lake. Before she could lead her ducklings to the water, Mother Duck remembered the 5th egg. Oh dear! She cried. The biggest egg of all still hasn't hatched. She snorted grumpy. It's probably a turkey egg, she muttered. Oh well, I sat this long, I might as well sit a little bit longer. So Mother Duck settled back down on the biggest egg. She doesn't want to wait anymore. Finally, after a very long time, the big egg began to wiggle and wobble. Mother Duck and her precious ducklings gathered around the nest to watch. At last, crack! The new hatchling broke out of his shell. What a sight he was! He looked nothing like his brothers and sisters. Instead of being sunshiny and yellow, he was a dull gray. And he was awfully big. Honk, honk! He greeted his new family, but his brothers and sisters were not so friendly. You're ugly, quacked the ducklings. Yes, agreed Mother Duck. You must be a turkey after all. All my other children are the spitting image of their father. Then Mother Duck turned her back on the big hatchling and quacked to the others. Come along, children. We've waited long enough to go for a swim. Quack, 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 piped the youngsters. We don't want to swim with such an ugly duckling. Oh, poor baby. The ugly duckling wanted to swim too. He followed the others to the lake and floated easily on the surface. The cool water felt so refreshing on his big floppy feet. Look, Mom, I can swim too, he called. But Mother Duck and the duckling swam away and pretended not to notice him. So the ugly duckling found himself all alone on the big lake. Heartbroken, he swam to a quiet spot among the marshy reeds. There, hidden from the rest of the world, the poor duckling drooped his head and cried, and cried, and cried. Big, sad tears splashed into the lake. As the ugly duckling looked at his ripples, each teardrop made in the water, he saw a horrible sight. A terrible, twisted face looking right back at him. It was his own reflection. I am ugly, he cried. No wonder no one wants to be near me. And he covered his eyes from his image and felt more alone than ever. The ugly duckling decided to run far, far away where no one would be bothered by his ugliness. He waddled through the fields and glens deep into the forest. Finally, he came upon a clearing where he saw a nest of young birds chirping happily away. Maybe they'll be my friends, he thought. And for the first time, he felt hopeful. The ugly duckling climbed into a tree. Cheep, 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 cheep. The baby birds greeted him. Come play with us. Mother's returning soon with food. She'll be happy to have you in our nest. Thank you, honked the ugly duckling. How wonderful it would be to have a mother who would welcome him. He played with his new brothers and sisters and waited patiently for Mother Bird. Soon Mother Bird came home with a fat, juicy worm in her mouth. The ugly duckling had forgotten how hungry he was and snapped the whole worm right out of Mother Bird's beak and swallowed it whole. Uh-oh, Mother Bird looks grouchy. Say, oh, why'd you take that? Squawk, 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 scolded Mother Bird. Shame on you, you big ugly thing. How dare you take food away from my babies? And she shooed him out of her nest and far away from her children. The ugly duckling had to keep running so he wouldn't get snapped in the tail by the angry Mother Bird. The ugly duckling wandered for many lonely hours until he came to a large pond. There, floating among the reeds, he saw the biggest, friendliest looking duck he had ever seen. Perhaps he won't mind that I'm so ugly, he said hopefully. So he swam timidly towards a big, colorful mallard. The big ducklings from where call names simply smiled warmly. The ugly duckling snuggled close to his newfound friend. He was so overcome with happiness he didn't even notice that the mallard wasn't a duck at all. He was nothing more than a painted wood. He was just a toy, a decoy. The ugly duckling nudged the smiling decoy. Let's play, he honked. The wooden duck bobbed his head down and up and up and down. At last, finally, someone who wants to play with me, cried the ugly duckling. Excited, he climbed on the back duck and climbed into the water, jumped in the water. Splash! What fun! He had splash and play, filling the pond with waves. The decoy bobbed back and forth, more and more, until bonk! Its big wooden bill hit ugly duckling smack dab in the middle of his forehead. Ouch! The ugly duckling paddled as safely away as he could, quickly as he could. He must have attacked me because I'm so ugly, he wailed. Then the sad little duckling realized that he would have to spend the rest of his life all alone. The thought hurt him more than a bump on his head ever could, and he flopped on a log and cried his little heart out. Out of the blue he heard a honk, honk, honking sound all around him. He looked up and saw the most wonderful sight of all. A flock of magnificent young birds gathered around him. He thought they were the loveliest creatures he had ever seen. If only he could be half as lovely. Look at this flock of birds. They kind of look like him, don't they? He was so elated to have company that he dove all the way to the bottom of the pool. And when he popped up at the surface, he found himself alone again. The other birds were paddling away, honk, honk, honking in the distance. Why should I think they would want to play with me? He thought gloomily. He's so sad. What's he going to do? Just then, when he thought he'd be alone and miserable forever, something wonderful happened. The beautiful birds returned, and with them swam the most glorious bird in the world. Look, Mother, honked, honked, honked the happy cygnets. We have found a new brother. The ugly duckling couldn't believe his eyes or his ears. They called him a brother. You're home now, little one, said the mother as she cradled the ugly duckling under her snowy white wing. You are a fine young swan. From the shore, Mother Duck and her ducklings watched the graceful swan welcome the ugly duckling into her family. There's the original mama. And look at how happy the little duckling. I'm sorry, not a duckling. That's a baby swan. He's with Mama Swan. He finally found the place he belonged, and it made him so happy. As he swam away with his new family, he ruffled his feathers and held his head up high. Never before had the ugly duckling felt so much love in his heart. The end. My friends, there's always a place for you to feel welcome. I love you, Miss Cindy loves you, and we're so happy that you're part of our class. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.